Hello everyone, I'm Adam Papagan. Welcome to another episode of There's a Place, and we're going to start out with a little ASMR calibration. I see Niagara Falls is behind us, so we'll do the letter N. Nobody negates Nancy's narcissistic notions. Say it with me now. No one negates Nancy's narcissistic notions. Nowhere, never. N is a hard one. I'm realizing N is a tough one. Not a lot of words starting with N. You can pull a full sentence from sentence. And here I am. I want to just fold it in. All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Adam Papagan. Welcome to another week of There's a Place. If you watch the show, I like to go on these little hyper-local adventures all around town. And this weekend I visited a pet cemetery in Calabasas. Now, a human cemetery, I'm sure you've all been to one if you've ever lost a loved one. They're sad, they're spooky, sometimes they're beautiful, but a pet cemetery is funny. Almost all of the tombstones had epitaphs. They pretty much all did. They were like, Fluffy, you were a great cat. Peaches, you stole our heart and our socks. Rex, you were great at slobber ball. Just these people do these lovey-dovey voices with their pets, and they carried that over to the tombstone. And it was really strange to me because obviously these people really loved their pets. If they're going to go through the time and the expense to bury them and to get the headstone made and to think of an epitaph of how they want their pets to be remembered, obviously they care very much for their pets and the contributions the pets make to their lives. But it struck me, all animals are pretty much the same. They have their individual personalities, I guess, but there's no way you're going to get a dog and not love it if that's what you're looking for. There's no way you're going to get a cat and not think it's a fuzzy, cute little cat that you just want to scratch its face. And I realized that the reason they have the pet cemetery is because people are projecting these human qualities, these emotions that they want to get back onto the animals, and they do get them back. They do feel love. But I say, why not project those qualities onto people? It's because people might not project them back, and that's what's scary, and that's what's maybe scary about life and death. So just going out, remember, animals are great, love your pets, but also love people. There might be a guy in your office who would be great at slobber ball. You never know. Also, some of the headstones had Stars of David on them, which means the pets were Jewish, which was also very strange, but it's LA, My guest tonight is a young comedian who you've seen on this network. She hosts the open mic show, it might be a book show, I'm not sure, we'll ask her, that comes on right before this one. Just a nice young lady who I just finally met for the first time before the show, and I'm looking forward to getting to know her better. Aubrey Jacobowitz. Did I say that correctly?
Aubrey Jacobowitz.
Jacobowitz.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know.
So close.
Okay, but you must be used to people not pronouncing.
Yeah, I'm used to the Jacobowitz, Jacobowitz. Also, Audrey is very popular.
Oh, Audrey Jacoby.
Yeah.
That
Audrey.
could be.
Yeah, that could be my next stage name.
Next stage name.
Yeah, I'm workshopping ones, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else in the running?
Yeah, like Aubrey Jacob, just like without the S, so that
okay.
It's just like fancier that way. Yeah, I think with less letters you get more luxurious.
Yeah, but you gotta make sure the name's not taken in SAG.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah, that's my problem. Right now I'm number one. I'm the only Aubrey Jacobowitz around.
Okay.
So
Congratulations.
yeah. Thank you.
Okay. How did your set go tonight?
My set went fairly well. There were a full 3 people in the audience, 2 cameramen.
Cameramen are people.
Yeah, they're camera people. Well, they're not fully audience participants, you know? They got to do their job, you know?
They're working.
Ideally, yeah, they're working, which they were, and they were doing good. I think I did okay. I talked a lot about, you know, feminism and, you know, looks being important to people. And
Do you think looks are important?
I think, yeah, looks are important.
Thank you.
Absolutely. But it's like, you know, work with what you got kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you're working the bald thing. I've got the, like, Jewish pixie thing going on. So it's, you know, somebody's going to fuck you. That's the truth. Like, somebody is eventually going to have sex with you. So just chill on it. Look how you want to look. But also, like, you can't just give up, you know? Like, 'cause that's, like, a form of just, like, I don't know.
I hate when people say that looks aren't important.
Yeah.
Or like they don't matter at all.
Well,
Because they do.
they're patting themselves on the back is the thing.
But we are, as humans, we're constantly making judgments about people based on their looks. It's an evolutionary thing.
Yeah, and I think it's a fair assumption some of the time. Like, if a guy is wearing a gold chain, you're like, well, like, what are you doing? What's your deal?
Exactly. It says a lot about
Usually
the
it's like-
decisions they make.
Yeah, and it can be cultural too. It's like part of like, oh, this is like my grandfather's chain or something. Like, it can be something that's referential kind of thing. I don't know. I think, you know, people want to put themselves out in like a really important and specific way. Like, you want to portray how you look, and I want to portray this is how I look, and we mean it. Like, we have clear reasons for doing that shit. So.
Did you have an awkward phase ever where you tried other looks?
Oh yeah.
I'm still going through mine, but
You're still going through your. I mean, it's working out for you. But it's very like fitted, which is number 1 rule. Yeah, I went through several awkward phases. When I was 13, I was doing the whole like punky thing, and so I feel like I'm revisiting that. But like now I have boobs, so it works out. But yeah, so I did that for a while, just like black everything, and then I did like the hippy dippy thing. Now I'm just scaling it back. I like, you know, business casual androgynous looks, you know?
yeah, that seems to be the way the wind is blowing these days.
Yeah, very Carrie Brownstein. Yeah, she's from Slater
Portland,
Kinney
yeah.
in Portland. Yeah, she does a lot of the like androgynous look in business where she I just read her new book like cover to cover. It's Hunger Makes Me a Modern Girl. It's good. It's a good one.
She's definitely qualified. That's not Riot Girl music, is it? No.
It is.
It is?
I mean, it was on the wave of Riot Girl music, like Bikini Kill was.
Right. Okay, that's what I get them confused.
And Slater Kinney was influenced by Bikini Kill, and they like collaborated and they chatted, I'm sure.
Because Slater Kinney is a good band.
Yeah.
Bikini Kill is just like, we're girls.
I mean, kinda, yeah,
They're
but also
really-
like there's like a beauty in that, you know, in just being like femininity. It's like super artistic, you know, and just like bathing in it. Like, you know, Bratmobile.
No.
Bratmobile has like, I think they have the song about. It's called Crimson Wave. It's about, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then they do like you're a boy, I'm a girl type of like na 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 music, and it's like. It's funny and it's cute and it takes you back and like.
For sure. There's definitely a place
Yeah.
for things like that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't understand why like there are certain things reserved for childhood, because like just because you did something in your childhood doesn't mean it's like a childlike thing, you know? Like, I just don't get like eating cotton candy like, oh, it's just like when I was a kid. Like, it's like, well, yeah, you did it when you were a kid, but you could still do it as an adult. And
That's when I realized that I was an adult, when I could just I was like, hey, I got my own money. I just buy candy whenever I want and eat it.
Exactly.
I can have pepperoni pizza for breakfast, lunch, and dinner if I want.
Yeah. I don't know.
So I feel no nostalgia in that way. But I do think that there's something kind of sad about always trying to recapture that magic from childhood.
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah. But I mean, it's just like, who's to say that it's like just reserved for childhood is what I meant by that. But like, also, I agree with you. It's just like, there's so much nostalgia happening right now, especially, I just feel like just the social climate is like, everybody's sad. And so everybody's trying to feel something. And so they're like, well, when things were happy in the 90s or the late 80s or something, like our generation. So we're just going back to Ghostbusters and shit like that. And it does have like a really sad element to it.
Star Wars is so sad to me. People who are into that.
Yeah, I mean, I gave it my best shot, and I'm totally into like sci-fi stuff, and like it's good, but I'm over it. Like, I'm not gonna hype up with them. I'm not gonna like be super excited with them.
I'm almost 30. I don't care about droids.
Yeah.
You shouldn't care about droids. You should go, oh yeah, take the kids to see it. I want to see it because it's going to be a big movie. It might be good to see for that reason. But to be into it, to be buying toys as a grown man, to be wearing T-shirts of Star Wars.
It's the same as like grown-ass women loving like tween bands or something. It's
yeah,
they have like a fixation, and they need to fulfill that fixation, and it's like a drug kind of thing, and that just, I mean, you could put your energy toward anything, and if that's what you're putting your energy toward, like, okay, wasting some space and some time.
What's really going on here?
And some oxygen. Yeah, what's really going on?
Let's look at the root of the problem.
Yeah.
I have a friend who's our age. She's really into One Direction, and she's always posting about them on Twitter and stuff. And I'm a liberal guy. Do what you want. Do what you want. But it's like, hey, you need a boyfriend.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like there's this weird thing where I feel like women don't feel that they're allowed to like be horny, and I'm like, don't mask it under the love for Harry Styles. Like, you're fucking horny. That's what is happening right now. And I think they just like fixate on these things, and they romanticize it to the point where they just forget the physical aspect of it. It's like there's like a huge fantasy aspect to women's life that they either have to go through with, or they have to unlearn that shit. And like, that's like a weird thing that I had to unlearn, was like just like the fantasy of having like somebody come and save you and shit. And that's, yeah. But some people want that, and they see fame as that like new type of royalty.
At least pick a better band.
Exactly. That's
Luke
why I'm
Bryan
a
or
Kitty.
something. Yeah.
I'm like a fucking fangirl, but you gotta like pause, do something else, read a book. I don't know.
What are you reading these days?
I'm reading Peter Sellers' biography. I'm really excited about it. I just started it, and I just read a graphic novel called Bitch Planet.
You looked at a graphic novel.
Yeah, I mean,
really
there's words inside of it. I read and looked and discovered and many other descriptor words. But that was really good. It's like mostly about like queer women, people of color, women of color, and like how if men like actually ruled over women, they would send them off to a different planet. It's cool.
So is this about that planet?
It's about them like trying to break out of the planet, and they have like this whole, they're just like a badass group of ladies, and they're fighting their way out.
Amazonian kind of thing.
Amazonian, but also like kind of Hunger Games kind of thing.
That's hot.
Yeah, it's pretty hot. But yeah, no, they don't do a lot of the sex in there, but it's like, it's very visual and open. Yeah, it's a good one.
I got the Judd Apatow book where he interviews comedians from the library.
Oh yeah.
And somebody had smeared boogers.
I read
some of the
that
pages.
tweet of yours. Yeah.
He knows comedy.
He knows how to
that would make
put
me
boogers
laugh.
on the pages.
Like, that really didn't. When I saw that, I was like, hey, this is funny stuff.
Yeah, I mean, somebody's like so entranced that they just,
And
yeah.
it's alphabetical. It was in the Adam Sandler section, so they didn't even get far in the book before
Oh,
they.
wow. They just like, and then put it just wherever, like, boyfriends do.
Do you have boyfriends that white boogers on you?
No, I just said put it wherever. Like,
Oh.
it was just a tiny joke. I try, but sometimes it doesn't work out.
If you really liked a guy, would you let him rub boogers on you?
No, I have like certain weird things. Like, I don't like feet. Like, I don't like when guys touch me with their feet because, like, I don't know, it's just a gross thing, I feel. And I don't like bodily functions. I feel like mucus is mucus, so, like, maybe I'd be like, oh, fuck, but be okay with it, but I wouldn't be like, yeah, I'll let you tonight, baby, kind of thing.
Mucus is genderless.
Yeah.
I just like to throw that out there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, mucus, equality for all mucus. I mean, it's just there being, it's just like dust, right? It's like, I mean, it turns into dust. It turns into like, did you know that? It like,
That dust was skin cells.
evaporates. Yeah, but it has skin cells in it.
Really?
I don't know.
I got skin in my nose. I didn't even
Don't
know
quote me.
Okay. We're having Sanjay Gupta on next week, so
Oh no.
ask him.
I thought I was the smartest person that you've ever interviewed.
You are.
Oh, okay.
So,
That's fair.
like Sanjay is next week.
Sanjay's next week. So.
It'd be cool to get a doctor on this show.
Yeah.
Somebody's like done something.
What would you ask a doctor?
I don't know. I'd probably ask him non-medical stuff.
Oh, okay. Like how often? I don't know.
No medical. Well, it could be a doctor of anthropology or something.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones.
That would be awesome. Just talk about bones the whole time.
Yeah.
Ask him if he's ever cut into a bone, what it looks like, what it tastes like. Just regular anthropologist stuff.
Adam, bring up the Keck School of Medicine. See if we can get some doctors in here next week. I noticed on your Twitter and your little description thing, it says Kurt Cobain's lesbian sister.
Yeah.
Does he have a lesbian sister?
I don't know, actually. I just, like, my photograph looks like I'm just, like, fucked up and I'm smoking a cigarette, and that's when I had, like, pink hair. And I was like, yeah, I look like Kurt Cobain's lesbian sister. So I just feel like, I don't know.
You should just say lesbian Kurt Cobain then.
I mean, I could.
The sister wouldn't. She'd
but I
probably be
don't want
different.
to describe myself as Kurt Cobain. Like, I don't want to be him. I want my own identity. That's why. I don't know. It's just something I've just put down there. I don't really put much thought in my, like, bio shit. Like, even on dating sites. I'm just like, here's a quote. I hope you like me, but if you don't, oh well. I don't really care.
Which dating sites do you like these days?
I'm on a bunch of them right now. I just started using Hinge, but I don't really like that.
What's that?
It's like, have you used Bumble?
No.
Yeah, it's like these weird ones where you match with somebody and then it like expires after 24 hours unless you talk to them. So it's like really incentive to talk to them. But I'm also on this one called Her, and it's like for women who like women and only, and so no men on the site at all. It's like when I put women only on Tinder, it still gives me men, which is a weird thing. But yeah, you can like a person's picture, and if they like your picture, then you start a conversation. That's a cool one that I'm on right now, and there's some cool chicks on there.
So you are horny.
Am I?
You're on 3 dating sites.
Well, I'm on a lot of dating sites, but I barely respond, ever.
So you're a tease.
Yeah, I mean, that's the truth. Yeah, but the thing is like, I get so, like, despondent after I say hey, and then I'm like, you probably, like, don't wipe correctly on the toilet, so I'll just move along. And I have, like, over 450 matches on Tinder just because I like whatever. And then I'm like, nah.
I never got a single match on Tinder.
What?
Yeah.
That's insane though.
Yeah. Well, that it also means though that anybody who has ever matched with somebody else on Tinder wouldn't be compatible with me.
What?
Think
Yeah,
about it. Because if we saw each other on Tinder, you get a lot of matches. I don't get any. We wouldn't match. You would probably say no.
I don't know about that.
Well, just based on history, though.
I
I'm
mean,
saying if
just
you're
think-
using Tinder successfully,
Yeah, I mean,
you're
let
not
me
my
look
type.
at your. Let me thank you. Yeah, let me look at your profile because I'm like the best at interpreting people and like seeing like.
I deleted it.
You deleted
Oh
it.
yeah.
Did you have like a black and white picture where you're looking far off?
No, just like, yeah, and the bio wasn't really much. Because I figure it's a physical thing anyway.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah, and honestly, people like, I love pizza, like that tells me nothing about you. Like, are you gonna like, I don't know. I just, I just feel like people's interests are not who they are. So, it just can't describe you. But yeah, like, I've been like looking at other male comedians like Tinder profiles and been like, you gotta change this, and like you have too many puppy pictures, like you're trying too hard, kind of thing. But yeah, that's so weird though. I feel like you should try Bumble, because that's one where the woman says yes to you, so you don't have to do anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I might be good at that.
Yeah, and then she has to respond to you first.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not looking to meet anyone, but it would just be nice to get some matches, something.
Yeah, honestly, just like, that's why I used to do it. I was like, okay, somebody likes me, I can like move along with my day or something. Yeah, there's like a weird power trip with that. But, you know, I don't know.
Have you ever met anybody on one of these sites though, and that you liked and have seen more than once?
Yeah, actually, I've had a lot of luck with Tinder, which is really weird. Like, I'll date somebody for like 1 or 2 months at least when I meet them on Tinder, because I feel like I have a really good, like I said before, like I can tell people like kind of how they are and like if we'll get along, kind of thing. And I'm dating someone right now that I've been dating him for like 5 months from Tinder, so that's like a cool thing.
How many mutual friends did you have?
Me and him?
Yeah.
0.
Really?
Yeah.
That to me it was the most exciting thing.
Oh yeah?
Would there be
If
mutual
they have
friends?
Well, no,
'Cause
that's
then-
great.
Because then there's a possibility you could have met them in real life.
Yeah, and
Puts a
you're
little
like,
more
if this were
control.
the 80s and we just met at a house party, like that would be cool too. But yeah, I agree with you. I think it's cool when you have mutual friends, so you like can kind of tell how that person is, like who they get along with. Because like, if you get along with my people, like that's great. That
Yeah.
means you'll get along with me.
Absolutely.
It's like your friends don't pick people that they don't want to hang out with, and it's just good to have like references. It's good. Yeah, I have a lot of luck, but I'm very like lazy about it and listless about it. So like, but I am polyamorous, so I'm just like on the sites, just doing it.
Polyamorous too. Okay, what's going on?
Nothing's
What?
going on. I'm really good at what I do. I'm just like good at dating.
But to do it that much, what?
I don't actually. The thing is like I say polyamorous and people think I'm just getting like dicks left and right, and I'm not.
But have you seen the MTV's True Life? I'm Polyamorous.
No, I actually haven't.
You've got to see this.
Okay.
There were these 3 guys in a relationship who all looked alike. Yeah.
The thing is like that's why like
It was the nuttiest thing I've ever seen.
yeah, it's crazy.
You know, it's your thing. Do what you want to do. But it seems like two were much closer than the 3rd guy, and they would always pair up and sleep together and stuff. And
Well,
the
I'm
3rd
not in like polyamorous relationships. Like I'm like casually polyamorous.
Oh, okay. So you'll just
I'll just
you
like
get a good match.
yeah, it's just like, you know, I'll be over here, and when you want to say hi to me, I'll hang out with you. And I just feel like relationships are fluid. Why do they have to be like why do there have to be benchmarks where you're like, this is the day that we began our like formal relationship, and then this is the day that we ended our formal relationship? It's like you're gonna have a relationship with them no matter what, kind of thing. So like, why not just be like, just have it be what it is? and like when you want to have sex with that person, you do, and when you want to stop and you think it's like getting too messy, you do. And I still want to be friends with people that I sleep with because I think that they're important to me. If they don't want to, that's fine. But I think that it's just like people make a big deal out of relationships, and it can be more simple than that.
But it seems like that's just kind of maybe a defense mechanism to not be in the relationship. Because yes, relationships are fluid, but at a certain point, you gotta go, okay,
Yeah, and I've been broken up with while being in a polyamorous like relationship with somebody.
Does it cushion it a little bit?
It did cushion it a little bit. It did.
It doesn't seem so bad.
Yeah, no, it wasn't that bad because I was still dating somebody else, and like, so it worked out. But that's not the point of it. It's not like for me to hop on people or not, like, because I've had, I was like celibate for a year. Like I've had like, yeah, I know.
You really tried everything.
Yeah, why not?
People always talk about experimenting, same sex, whatever. No one ever talks about experimenting with celibacy.
Yeah, I mean, I had the opportunity a few times, and I just found that I wanted something else. Yeah, and I've done it a couple of times. Like one of the times where I like it was like everything was off the table, and I really felt good about being just disciplined in that way. But I don't know, I haven't done it in a really long time, and I'm not there right now.
Yeah,
dating
you got
people.
time, yeah.
I can always do it, and I'm always cool with being alone. But I do love forming new relationships, and I think they're interesting, and it's important if like, because I'm like a writer, so I just want to like meet people and
steal their souls and their stories.
Steal their souls. Yeah,
that's a good strategy.
Yeah, I'm a witch.
Into it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
No, yeah, I'm not really, but I have a bunch of like books that I'm reading, and I'm gonna do like like the whole like pagan thing.
Like that.
I have a couple of crystals.
Yeah, Wiccan. Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, whatever. No, just like all that stuff. It seems interesting to me, and like I have this like weird. I can like predict people's thoughts, but like it's like very easy. It's just like guessing. But I feel like part of it is like a mysticism where you're like tapped in.
Oh, definitely.
And like I can guess because I'm smart, but like, and I know people and I know their behaviors, and if I can determine their behaviors, I can determine their thoughts. But like, I think it's so interesting, like to think about the whole energy part of it, the whole fact that like energy is being like kind of like brought onto me, and I'm supposed to like kind of digest it and then regurgitate it and in my own way back to you. It's cool.
Yeah, being able to pick that up is, maybe part of being smart. Or maybe at least like street smarts.
I think, definitely. I don't know, intuitive maybe.
Yeah.
I'm extremely emotional and like sensitive, so I can sense everybody's emotions and like when they're feeling sensitive, so.
Give me an example of that when you felt it the strongest.
Well, just like I'll be talking with all of my friends, and then one of my friends will be like, okay, well, we should do this, and I can sense that there's like a high, like a lot of my friends have anxiety, they get like high adrenaline really quickly, but we're really good at like kind of masking it because we're cool people, we're like real chill people, but I can tell those things, and I'm able to like, oh, well, you relax, and I'll just do this, and it'll, but yeah, I can, there was this one time where some guy was like laughing really loud, and I was like, hey, like, what's wrong? And he, like, his face fell, and he was like, how did you know that something was wrong? And I'm like, it's just a thing. It's just a thing.
You knew or stranger?
Huh? I kind of knew this guy. He was like in one of my classes. And he was just like walking around class like a cool guy, and I was like, something's fucked up with his thoughts right now. He's upset.
Did he tell you what he was upset about?
Yeah, he had like broken up with his girlfriend or something.
More relationship stuff.
Yeah. I just love. I think I'm like a romantic. I want to like feel that, and maybe that is like some sort of fixation or something, or a defense mechanism. But I think that I'm like managing it well. And it's, better than crack, so.
You could say that about literally almost anything, though.
It's better than crack. I don't know. I dropped my baby. It's easier than crack. I don't know. You know, it's not a crack baby.
I'm doing cocaine. You know, it's not crack. It's
Yeah, at least
more
it's not
expensive.
crack. It's more expensive, so you know it's fancy. Yeah, I couldn't do cocaine though.
Why not?
Because I'd be really good at it. I'd be so good at it, and I would want to be addicted to it, and then it would ruin my life. I feel like I have an addict's personality. Like, I have a therapist, and he is an addict, like recovered for several years now. But he says like a lot of these things where like you have to be like a trickster and be able to like convince people of things and argue your way into and out of things, and you got to be smart. And
as an addict, or to not be an addict? Oh yeah.
As an addict.
Addicts are all about lying and stuff.
Yeah, they love it.
I have a friend who recently got off heroin,
Mm-hmm.
and none of us knew that he was on heroin. Like the whole time I've known this guy, I don't know, for like 4 or 5 years. He's one of these people that everyone does like an impression of them. You know, there's people like that. Who like has like kind of voice everyone do an impression of.
Oh yeah.
It's like kind of this like surfer guy impression. But then after he got off heroin, I was like, oh, that impression is a strung out person.
Oh my God.
That
yeah.
everyone was just, but nobody knew. But I was just like, you know, I feel really bad. I never knew, like I couldn't to help you or do anything. And he's like, well, nobody knew, because if they did know, I would have to stop.
Yeah.
And that's why he stopped. Like somebody caught him, and so he had to. He didn't even want to.
Don't get caught. Don't get caught.
Yeah, so that's
I
a
don't
good
know.
thing about being an addict. You do get creative.
Yeah, creativity. That's very important. I think that they kind of go hand in hand too. Like if you're kind of obsessive in that way, if you're creative in that way, and you want to feel something that like outside of yourself type thing, or just it. I think that a lot of artists are addicts, and I saw like a homeless person who was like playing a guitar the other night, and I was like, you know, that could be anybody. Like that could be any person who just didn't get like the help that they needed, and they were like drugs were accessible, and they were comforts. So it's like I probably would be like a drugged out prostitute right now if it weren't for my parents. I think like just being like, don't do that. Like just be better.
What are your parents like?
My parents are very normal. They're like normal people. My mom, she's Hispanic. She's a very passionate Hispanic woman. And then my dad's like a nice, like rational Jewish man. So I grew up with a lot of like me and my mother screaming and my dad just being like, and that was like our family dynamic. And my little sister's like perfect. She's had a girlfriend for 3 years. They're probably gonna get married. And
Oh, so she's into women too.
yeah.
That
Yeah.
happens sometimes.
The whole family. But 2 of my mom's siblings were gay.
Oh.
Yeah. And are still. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think that there's like a biological factor, or is it just like?
Yeah, I really do
Wait,
think
no,
that,
it has to
like,
be. If they're
it's
2
like
siblings, then you guys are siblings.
it's a genetic thing. I
Yeah.
really feel that way. And my mom's genes are like hella strong. Like we both look like her. We have like all her same like internal shit, internal issues. But yeah, we're just, yeah, it's super gay. Like there's a bunch of us. We're queer. It's cool. I like it. And yet, like, I still feel uncomfortable like talking about it with family, because it's not like they shouldn't be like sitting front row to my bedroom kind of thing. Like they don't have to know like everything about me. Like so they don't necessarily know that I like girls. But maybe they do. Yeah. But I'm not
We'll
gonna
just have to see your act.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I feel comfortable talking to my family, so I get up in front of strangers.
Exactly. That's what I do. Yeah.
And I think that's how most comedians are. Maybe not most. Some. It's a mixed bag.
Yeah, I mean, some people are very excited and grateful to have their families there, but I just, like, my comedy is my diary, personally, and my parents used to, like, snoop in my diary, so I feel like, no, like, you shouldn't see this stuff. It's all very dark stuff, and, like, it's based on, you know, very deep sadness, you know, that's just like everybody, like all comics, but, and I just, they don't necessarily, they're not able to like see me in that way. Like I've told them before, like that I'm like, you know, I've been like suicidal before and stuff like that, and they don't necessarily understand. And so it's hard for me to like give that to them for free, like my whole self kind of thing, and then have them not able to interpret it in the way that I want it to be interpreted, you know? Which is everybody's goal, I think, is like as a comedian, like you want people to see exactly what you're giving them, you know?
Yeah. And then it kind of, if you're good enough at it, you get that positive feedback, you can just keep this facade up, which to me is kind of appealing about it.
Yeah.
You can kind of create this personality.
It's great.
Yourself.
It's great. Who was it that said, it was what's his face that I'm reading his biography?
Peter Sellers?
Peter Sellers. He said something like, if a topic is not, like if you can't cover a topic in comedy, like you're not doing it right. Like you have to be able to cover it and talk about it. And I feel like the first thing that I think when something happens to me is like to push it down, but the second thing is to like raise it right up to the surface so that people are able, like everybody can see it. It's like I want to be an open book so that other people feel free to be an open book kind of thing. And I'm gonna like sacrifice my super embarrassing shit so that other people can like be openly bisexual or something like that. Like just whatever they want to be, like fart in public, like I want them to feel free to do that, or be sexual as women, because that's like a weird thing right now. People just like still are shaming women for being sexual, so it's like.
I think that the shaming of women should continue, but also men should be shamed. I think there needs to be more shame.
More shame?
Across the board.
More shame.
Oh yeah.
For everybody having sexual
for
relations?
Anything.
Well, I think
Caitlyn Jenner killed somebody.
She doesn't give a fuck.
No.
She doesn't care.
Yeah.
No, because she's like, it doesn't matter if you're transgender, like, you can be a bitch. She's trying to keep her white male privilege right now, and it's not working for her, and she's like, why can't I join this country club as a man and have all the perks of a man? Because you made a decision, and with that comes this great power of, like, you have to, like, take people under your wing now, because, like, she's a famous person.
Do you miss Bruce Jenner at all?
No, but I always wondered about him. I was like, why are you so grumpy all the time? You're always in tracksuits and, like, playing with helicopters. Like, your life's the shit. And I was like, oh, he's a lesbian. Okay.
So grumpy lesbian.
Grumpy lesbian. It's perfect.
Nobody cares about it. Everyone was kind of happy to see him go.
Yeah, because he was so not excited to be who he was, and you could tell. And that's what I was saying before. Like, people want to portray themselves in a certain way, and like they should be able to. And if she wants to be a bitch, she can be a bitch. That's her true person and her calling.
Is there any limit to the everyone should do what they feel argument?
Yeah, absolutely. When it hurts other people, I think that like a huge problem and a huge reason that I have a problem with monogamy is that there's like a lot of lying, like maybe white lies, but there's a lot of infidelity in monogamous relationships, and people like to brush that under the table or act like it's something that's rare, but I think it's something people want to express even more than they do. And I think that people should be able to express themselves that way, but not to the point where you're lying to the people that you love. And that's where my like being polyamorous comes from, is like, I love these people and I want them to know that I do have feelings for other people, but it doesn't in any way diminish my feelings for them. And so like, yeah, I think that, when you lie and you cheat and you are just like, you leave people out of things and you make sure that their lives are kind of miserable, like that's the line, I feel. And yeah.
Was there something that happened to you where you were that way, you were lying, and then you maybe lied too much and you're like, this has got to stop?
No, I was
kind of came to it?
Yeah, I came to that conclusion. I was in a, fairly, for the first couple of years, healthy relationship in high school, and we would talk about having crushes on other people. and it was very freeing, and it was good. And I had a couple boyfriends after that, and I felt very suffocated by that, and I couldn't really do it. And I was like, well, why can't I just like date casually? And then that kind of like catapulted into like, well, I'm gonna date casually, but also I want to hone relationships and like keep those relationships close to me, because they're as important as having boyfriends. It's like, just because you're not calling it that, you know, doesn't mean it's not important. And there's people that I've been with that I never was like Facebook official with or whatever, that are some of the most important people to me. So yeah, that's a thing.
Moving the conversation in a different direction a little bit, I saw on the internet you went to CSUN. What is your opinion of the San Fernando Valley?
Oh God, I just
Has
feel
a bad
like
rap internationally.
Has a bad rap. I think there are a lot of hardworking people in the San Fernando Valley, and people just want to get by and they want to get up. There's also a lack of culture, and you know, just like this, just it's just everything's so dry there. Like there's no liveliness, I feel, and like people find ways to be happy there that I could never find, like happiness, like just regular shit, just like, I don't know. I think that they mean well and they're good people, but I can't hang out there for too long, 'cause it's just like, it's like too static. It's like too without culture.
It is. There's a museum I went to this weekend, the Valley Relics Museum. That's like a San Fernando Valley museum, and it's literally just signs from fast food places and cars and Cadillacs and stuff, bikes. It's just transportation and signs, and that is the valley.
That's all it is. Is like, it's like the middle place where you're just like, where you're like just living just to live kind of thing, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna like do this, and then now I'm doing this, and now I'm dead from a heart attack.
That's what I find so interesting about it, though, is this contrast to LA, which is this vibrant, you know, world city. So you're right, there is like no culture in the San Fernando Valley.
That's just the truth.
You can make arguments. Oh, what about this? What about that? It's like, no.
There's one Thai restaurant in Northridge, okay.
And everything that they do have that's cultural there, they have in some other part of California that's way better and cooler.
Yeah, and they just don't do anything cool there. I think they can't. Like, they're there because they have to be there, because, you know, they have a family. They want to have like land and not be like, you know, cut into like this tiny apartment in North Hollywood or something. Because North Hollywood's getting to be like, it was kind of like, but it's getting to be like a newer, hipper place and having stuff around there. That's where I live. But yeah.
Oh, so, yeah.
Oh, no, I'm not saying I live in the
valley.
I live in the valley. Well, I live in North Hollywood. It's 15 minutes over the hill, and it's like so easy. And I don't like living in the city because it's like very condensed. There's a lot of traffic, and I have like super anxiety about traffic and shit and cars, and I'm serious road rage. So.
Oh, you have road rage.
I have super road rage. I'm like really good at insulting people, and then like passive aggressively like laughing and like smiling, being like, bye, I hate you. It's just a thing.
Do you ever like get out of the car to yell at somebody? No, you're too little. And
No, but I do have a bat in my car. My dad gave me a bat, just in case like somebody tries to like steal me or something. So.
Hold on, let me get my bat.
Just wait 1 second. Just wait a moment. Yeah, I have like some like moves that I would do. Just like, yeah. That's it. It's like whack 'em.
I hate to break it to you.
That's how you use a bat. You like that, right?
You should get a baseball. Just throw it out the window.
Go get it.
Oh yeah, if a dog is trying to attack you, you could.
Yeah, I got bit by a dog this year. That's something that happened to me this year.
What kind of dog?
I don't even know.
How?
Just a small dog. It's my best friend's dog, and she like left the room for a second, and I was like, I'll pet this dog that I don't care about, and then like it just like latched onto my hand, and then it like got me on my hip and just really dug in. Now I have like a half moon scar. It's cool. It's like a cool, I might just like put a tattoo over it. Maybe not.
You could just think of a cool story, cooler than the dog.
Cooler than the dog. Yeah, I got bit
Same.
by the tiniest shark, just like a baby shark.
Guy tried to steal me.
Yeah, and he.
Luckily, I got out of it. That's how I got the scar, and that's why I have a bat.
Yeah.
Let's bring it all
Yeah.
around.
I always try to like come up with like, I feel like if somebody tried to like beat me up or something, I would find a way to like mess with them, but then I'd have to come up with like a cover story and be like, oh, like I was just defending myself, which I probably would be, but like also I'm sure I'd be like so badass about it that I'd be like, and you're dead.
How do you know you wouldn't be the aggressor?
That I wouldn't be the aggressor?
Pick the fight with somebody.
Yeah, I don't pick fights. I'm more of like a pacifist kind of thing, but I feel the rage within me. So like, if, you know, kind of like if somebody wanted to fight me and they felt that it was gonna happen, then I would be like, all right, let's try this out.
So you've never been in a fight?
No, but I punched somebody in the face for calling me and this other girl whores. I was like, that's unnecessary. You know what else is unnecessary? Violence. I'm gonna do it. So, I was like 15. Yeah, but other than that.
Was it warranted at all? Not the punching, the name calling.
Why would the name calling be warranted?
Were you being like, you selling your body on the street or anything?
Oh, no, not to
so
that
then,
extent.
yeah, that guy had it coming.
But honestly, like, I don't know why whore is derogative, because I'm just like, they're doing their job. Like, let them do their job like everybody else, you know?
Being called a whore is negative. Being called a pimp is positive.
Yeah. Why is that?
The pimps are the evil ones.
Pimps are just so mean.
Yeah.
They're all like the rudest, and they don't tip well. Like, what? I don't know. That was a generalization. No, I mean just like at restaurants.
I like when they go out
like
to
when pimps go out to like
M&M soul
diners.
food or whatever. Yeah, I do imagine a pimp not eating
Well,
great. Yeah, eating like
just like very poorly and just like shoving it in his mouth, like missing, like he doesn't really care.
Yeah, and like greasy food.
Yeah.
Fried food. Yeah.
Pimps, they should eat better. PSA.
If they ate as well as they dressed.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't feel like they dress very well either.
Oh, that's cool. The hat and the suit. And
Oh, like the zoot suit thing?
yeah.
I mean, that's cool. But I don't think pimps really do that. I think they just like sweat a lot. I don't know. That's how I feel.
And those polyester suits probably wouldn't.
Yeah. I just feel like all
Wow.
pimps are like from the 80s still. But not, I don't know, zoot suit? I'm down with the zoots. They're cool. Yeah, they're like gangsters, right? They should be. I mean, some
Yeah.
of them are gangsters and it's just like the culture.
I don't think anybody, even back in the zoot suit days, I don't think anybody honorable ever wore a zoot suit.
You think?
It's the uniform of a shyster, of a con man.
Oh, well, yeah, but that's how the media portrays them, isn't it? I don't know. Maybe there was one guy that was like, I just like the suits. I volunteer at a pet cemetery.
The Mask.
The Mask.
Or Zoot
Was he a
Suit.
good guy? He wasn't. Well, when he was the Mask.
He was a lot cooler when he was the Mask.
Yeah, but he was like kind of a scumbag, wasn't
Yeah.
he? He just like took
So
what
he's
he
pulling
wanted.
guns out on people, and a lot of guns.
A lot of guns.
15 or 20.
Jesus. Cameron Diaz, back when she had like chubby cheeks. That was cute. Do you like cheeks on girls? 'Cause I have
Yeah.
these big old cheeks. I feel like people, like the new American girl is like super gaunt, you know? So I feel like I have like an old world face. So I'm making it work. Somebody wants to hit it.
So we're almost out of time.
Cool.
Aubrey Jacobs. Just kidding. Where can people find you?
Well, on Twitter, Femist, FEMMIST.
Cool handle.
Thank you. Came up with it myself. I'm like a chemist with feminism.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, you got it, you know. Also this Saturday, I'm going to be at Grounded Cafe on Melrose, 6 p.m., and I'm producing this show called Sargasm.
Groovy. Well, Cool. Thank you very much for going on and talking with us.
This was fun.
And all of you, thank you for watching. Until next time, this is Adam Papagan reminding you that there's a place you can go, and it's your mind. Good night.